Welcome to Motivotalks. I share new life stories here every day, and if you enjoy these stories, please hit subscribe and like this video. Let's jump into today's story. It was a rainy evening when I found myself sitting by the window, watching the drops race down the glass. My house was quiet, save for the distant sound of my son's laughter in the living room, but I knew something wasn't right. My heart had been heavy for weeks now. You see, my daughter, Clara, had always been the light of my life. She had grown up in this house, our house, and yet, lately, I felt like a stranger in my own home. It started with little things, her distant conversations, her eyes that avoided mine, the way she would turn her head when I spoke. Then it escalated. Her husband, Jack, would make decisions in my home without consulting me, as though the walls didn't belong to me anymore. One day, it all came to a head. Jack, in his usual fashion, walked into the room and asked me to move out of the living room. "I want to watch the game," he said, and before I could say anything, he turned off the TV and stood there, blocking the screen. Clara stood behind him, silent as always. I looked at her, my daughter, hoping for some sign that she would stand up for me, for us. But she didn't. My heart sank, and in that moment, I realized that I had allowed myself to be invisible in my own home for too long. I stood up without a word, walked past them, and went into my room. It wasn't a dramatic exit, but it felt like the only choice I had left. The next morning, I did something I had never imagined I would do. I called my lawyer, Andrew. I said, my voice steady, but filled with resolve. "I need your help. I want to take back control of my life. I want to take back my home." Andrew had always been there for me, a trusted friend and lawyer. "Tell me everything, Celeste," he said. I told him about the years of silent sacrifice, the moments where I put my family's needs before my own. But something had shifted. The silent years were over. By the afternoon, I had made the call. It wasn't just about my home anymore. It was about standing up for my dignity, for my right to live as I saw fit. Later that day, the doorbell rang. It was Jack, demanding to know what was going on. He wanted answers, but I had none to give him. I just pointed to the papers on the table, the papers that would change everything. For the first time in years, I spoke up, not out of anger, but out of strength. I told him that he and Clara had 30 days to leave. My house was no longer their playground. I wasn't going to beg for respect anymore. The emotional weight of all these years suddenly felt lighter, and I knew I had made the right decision. In the weeks that followed, Clara called me countless times, begging for me to change my mind, telling me how much Jack was suffering. But I held firm. I had made a decision, and no one was going to make me doubt it. It wasn't about punishing anyone. It was about me, about my peace of mind. I was finally living for myself. One evening, Clara came to visit me. She looked different, softer, somehow. She had rented her own apartment and was starting over. I listened to her story and realized that the decision I had made had not only freed me, but had freed her too. She had spent so many years in the shadow of Jack's decisions, never feeling like she could stand up for herself. But now, she was taking control of her life, just like I had. She smiled faintly, her eyes meeting mine for the first time in years. "Thank you, Mom," she said, her voice thick with emotion. "You gave me the courage to say no." That day, I realized something important. Sometimes the hardest decisions are the ones that set us free. By standing up for myself, I not only reclaimed my space, but gave Clara the strength to reclaim hers. It's never too late to take control of your life, no matter what the circumstances. Thank you for watching today's story on Motivotalks. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe. Until next time, stay strong, stay resilient, and remember, the power to change your life is always within you.